Hi guys, I'm Magical, and this is just a vlog video. So if you don't like vlogs, you can go to my previous video, which is a tarot reading about Jake Paul and Tana Mojo. About Tana Mojo and Jake Paul. I have to say the queen's name first, you know. um, so yeah, I'm about to start doing some funny skits on my channel as well. So please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Um, and this basically, I just wanted to say that I, I, I really, I don't have any female friends. Basically, that's what I have to say, and it's sad. And I just I have to admit to myself that my life is really sad. Like I'm a happy person most of the time, but the circumstances of my life are still really sad. Like, it's really sad that I don't really have any female friends. Like, I have female friends that I talk to from time to time online, and I have female friends that I went to college with, but we rarely talk, and they live in different cities, or they don't really, or either they don't live here, or we don't really talk. And I tried talking to them, but I guess I just felt like they didn't really want to hang out that much. So I guess they were just really busy with their lives. I don't know. It's weird to me how all of a sudden after college, nobody wants to hang out anymore. Like, you just want to be in the house all day? Or do you just not want to hang out with me? Like, but it's not like I didn't really ask them to hang out exactly. I think I kind of put hanging out there, like, but I was like, oh, I'm here in the same city as you. Or I said something like, oh, you live pretty close to me. Because there's this one girl that I went to school with that lives in the same city as me. So, but I guess they just were pretty busy with their own lives. I don't know why people just become so boring after college. Like, I don't really go out myself, but that's only because I don't have any female friends to go out with. Otherwise, I would be going out all the time. I want to go out. I'm so sick of being inside of the house all the time. I get out often. Don't get me wrong. I'm not inside of the house all the time. I do get out. I go. But the thing is, because I don't really have any female friends to go out with, what I end up having to do is I go to like the mall and stores and restaurants and to the movies and all always by myself, and I can have fun by myself. I'm used to being by myself, so I have to learn how to have fun by myself. But it's just like, when I'm walking around the mall or some store for a few hours and I'm like by myself, sometimes it's just like really depressing. Like, oh my gosh, I wish I had someone to hang out with because this is so boring, you know? And, gosh, my life would be so much more interesting if I had people to hang out with. I really need people in my life, basically. But I don't really have any people in my life that live in Colombia anyway, and that really want to hang out anyway. I mean, I do have people who live in Colombia who want to hang out with me, but I don't really want to hang out with them right now. And it's not anything personal. It's just that I really only want to hang out with female friends right now, and their male friends, and I only want to hang out with female friends right now. So I don't want to really talk to any men right now. So there's that. Yeah, I really don't want to talk to any men right now. So there is that. You know, there is that. But it's like, I mean, there's this girl at my job, and I could be friends with her, I guess. I tried talking to her once, but the thing is, I only work like 2 or 3 days a week, and I only see her for like half an hour in those 2 or 3 days a week that I work, and then when it is that 30 minutes that we're together, she is doing things for her job, like moving things around and going in the computer and signing people in and out for like the first 5 or 10 minutes of that time, and then she's usually on her phone, and I guess she seems pretty preoccupied, so I wasn't sure if I should like bother her. But like, I talked to her once, and she didn't really seem to want to talk. And I tried to talk to her about something so lame. I'm so I'm pretty awkward I'm pretty shy the first time I talk to someone. Like, I don't really know what to talk to them about, so I just kind of word vomit in a way. Like, I don't know if I word vomit. I just kind of ask them questions about themselves usually, or make an observation about them. But I'm really nervous when I first start talking to someone. I never really know what to say exactly to start the conversation, to start talking to someone. So I tend to just ask them a lot of questions about themselves. And, like, when I started talking to her, you guys, it was about classical music. That was the topic I picked. Like, I don't think there's very many people that want to talk about classical music, so I probably should have picked something else to say. No, well, the first thing I really said to her was like, her and this other guy were talking about how they had all these groups coming in to sign in, and all this work. They had like a lot of work to do, and I was just like, I made an observation. I was just like, oh, they work you guys really hard. I said something like that, and she was just kind of like, yeah. And she was, I don't know, I felt like she was kind of like awkwardly laughing, like, yeah, like, okay, why are you talking to me? I don't know. She just I felt like she didn't really want to talk. And then someone was playing the piano. There's like a game room at the college I work at, and there's a piano there, and someone was playing it really beautifully. Like, they were playing Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. And I said to her, like, oh, they're playing Moonlight Sonata. Beethoven? Beethoven? That song? That piece? And she was like, yeah. Awkward laughter. Why are you talking to me? And then I was just kind of like, I don't really like that piece because I think people play it too much. And she was just like, okay, whatever. I don't know. She didn't really say anything, and she didn't really look at me when I was talking to her. So either she's really shy, or she just didn't really want to talk to me in that moment. I guess she was kind of, I knew she was tired. I could tell she was tired. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe she just wasn't in a good mood. I don't know. It's just, I said that stuff to her about classical music, and I guess I just feel like it's kind of a little rude to just not say anything to someone when someone says more than one sentence to you about something. She wasn't really saying anything to me, and I, like, when I mean, she did say something when I was saying that they work you guys really hard, or they work you a lot. She did say something, I think. She was like, yeah, that they do. Something like that. But so she did say something then, but then when I was like, I don't really like that piece of classical music, she didn't really say anything, and it was just kind of awkward. Like, you could have at least, like, said, or like, yeah, but she didn't even really do that. She just kind of didn't really look at me, and awkwardly smiled, and I just felt like she didn't want to talk to me. It was kind of like, okay, am I really that awkward, you guys? Like, I know I didn't exactly pick the best topic to start talking to her about. I was just talking, with no filter, like, about classical music, which is something I'm really into. And I guess I was hoping she would say something more than nothing to it. I felt like it was kind of rude of her to not at least say, to give me some kind of human response and to at least look at me when I was saying that to her. But the fact that she didn't even really look at me when I said that. She looked at me when I first started talking to her, and I said, they work you guys a lot. She looked at me and she was like, yeah, so she talked to me a little bit. But then when I said the thing about classical music, I think maybe because she didn't know anything about classical music, I don't know. I guess most people don't, and that's why I said it was a bad topic for me to talk about. So I feel like she didn't really know anything about classical music. But, like, for you to just not look at someone when they're talking to you, and, you could at least say, or you don't even have to really make eye contact with me. You don't even have to really look at me. It would have just been nice for her to say something, like, or yeah. I don't even expect you to really keep talking to me. Like, I'm not saying that it's rude if someone doesn't really talk to you. I'm just saying I feel like it's rude when you say something to someone and they don't even really respond to it. Because that just makes me feel like, am I even here? Like, am I a ghost to you? Do you even see me? Am I invisible? Like, I find that happens sometimes. Like, when I talk to people, sometimes they just kind of, like, don't really want to talk. And I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm a really friendly person. I just feel like some people are just really rude. Like, they just, like, you're not gonna say even an you're just gonna not really say anything. And sometimes I'll say hi to people at my job, and I don't know them or anything, they're strangers, and then they won't even say hi back. I think it's really rude when you say hi to someone and then they don't say hi back to you, or at least give you a smile. Like, sometimes I will not say hi back to someone, but I'll give them a smile, like, I'll give them something, I'll be like, yeah, like, or I'll say hi under my breath, but I'll smile, you know. I'll give them some human response. Like, I'm not gonna ignore them, or I think it's just rude when someone just kind of like ignores you and you're being friendly to them. And I wasn't like talking her ear off, I wasn't like keeping on talking to her if she didn't really want to talk, because I think that would have been, I don't think it would have been rude if she didn't really respond to me and I kept talking her ear off when clearly she didn't really want to talk. I think that would not have been rude on her part. But I just think that because I didn't even really say that much to her, when she didn't really respond to the classical music thing, I felt like it was kind of a bit rude. Sort of felt like she was ignoring me, or like she didn't want to talk. And maybe, I don't know what's going on in her life. Maybe she's going through a really tough time or something. So, I don't know, it just kind of made me feel like I'm invisible, Like, I'm already lonely enough as it is with no female friends, and then when I do talk to someone, I just kind of want it to go well, I want them to at least say something, to at least make an effort to be friendly back to me when I'm already putting myself out there and talking to you, and it's already like so kind of nerve-wracking for me to start a conversation with someone new, at first anyway. I'm not mad at her or anything. I still like her. I still want to be friends with her and try to talk to her more. I just kind of it felt really awkward to talk to her. Like, I don't think I'm an awkward person exactly. I'm not that awkward. Like, I was just talking to her about classical music. I was just making an observation about how someone was playing the piano. It was something to talk about, and I decided that that would be a good time for me to start talking to her. That was the first time I really talked to her. And it was because something was happening, and it was just something I felt compelled to talk about. So I made a statement about it, and I guess I just felt a little awkward of a response from her. Like, I feel like maybe she's one of those people who already has enough friends and they just don't really want to make new friends, or she was just in a really bad mood, or maybe she's going through something, because I know that the people at that job work her really hard and she doesn't really get any sleep. So maybe she was just really tired and didn't really feel like talking. Maybe she wasn't like brushing me off, because I felt like I was friendly. I don't think I was really awkward. Like I said, I don't think I'm that awkward of a person. I just think that sometimes some people are just not that friendly. At least I feel like the people that I don't really talk to that many people. But when I do put myself out there and try to talk to people, I've often felt like the people that I choose to talk to are just not that friendly. They just don't really want to talk to me. And I don't think it's anything I'm doing. I don't think I'm that awkward, like I said. I'm a friendly person. I just feel like, this doesn't always happen to me. Like, there's plenty of times where I've talked to someone for the first time and they've been really friendly back to me and we struck up a really good conversation. But, like, sometimes I feel like it's 50-50 with the people I choose to put myself out there and talk to and try to be friends with. I feel like when I try to be friends with someone, there's like a 50-50 chance that they're like either just not really wanting to talk, and it's like, why did I even choose to try to make friends with you? I hate it when that happens. When I just because I never know how friendly someone's gonna be, and I guess I try to put myself out there sometimes, and I just can't stand it when I choose to put myself out there and try to make friends with a particular person, and then they're just like, they don't even want to talk. It's just like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to talk or being antisocial. It's just, I don't like feeling like I'm putting myself out there with the, and then like, you know, kind of picking someone who doesn't want to be friends with anyone new to talk to. I don't like picking the wrong person to try to make friends with, basically, as we all do. I just like picking people who are more gregarious, who will talk back to me when I try to talk to them, and you know, it's not going to be like so much effort for me to try to make friends with you. You're just like friendly already, like how I am, because that's how I am. I'm always very friendly. You know, when someone speaks to me, I try to keep the conversation going, you know, most of the time. Or I'm friendly back. I try to talk to them. I just like picking people like that to talk to. I can't stand it when I pick someone to talk to and they're just like not even really wanting to talk to me. And it's just like, okay, maybe I pick a lot of shy people to talk to and that's what it is. But like I said, that happens to me like half of the time. Half the time I'll pick people who just don't really want to talk as the people that I try to make friends with for the first and like talk to for the first time. You know, those like I'll when I try to talk to someone for the first time, I'll either 50% of the time pick people who don't really want to talk to me, or 50% of the time I will pick people, you know, or half of the time I will pick people who are actually friendly and actually want to talk to me, which is nice. That hasn't, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I've picked a lot of people who don't really want to talk. It's just, I just remember in college, I was trying to make friends with new people in college and in high school, and, but it was after, like, freshman and sophomore year, usually. And I feel like maybe a lot of the people I spoke to in college didn't really want to be super friendly, is because I feel like after freshman year, everyone already had their friend groups set at my high school and in my college anyway. And everyone at my college was pretty cliquey. So I feel like they just kind of wanted to hang out with their friends and they weren't really trying to make new friends. Like me, I was trying to make new friends, and I just kind of felt like the people I picked to try to make friends with, I feel like half of the people I picked to try to make friends with didn't really want to talk. So I probably, but then it was kind of like I had already chosen to sit next to them. And, I went to a really small college, and once people picked their seats, they often didn't want to sit anywhere else, So I kind of was stuck sitting next to this anti-social person, basically, for the rest of the semester. And doomed to just always have a tiny friend group. Basically, that's been my life. I keep picking I keep picking shy people who don't really want to talk to try to be friends with. um, and there's nothing wrong with being antisocial, like I said. Anyway, that's my video. It's just trying to think of examples where I try to talk to people. There were people at high school that I would talk to, and they would be friendly back, and we made friends. And college, I mean, there were a few people I talked to, and I felt like there were I guess there were a few people I put myself out there and talked to, and we became friends, but I just didn't really have very much in common with anyone I went to college with, which is sad. It was a small college though. Um, because I guess like I said, I think I pick a lot of the wrong people to try to be friends with. And I think a lot of the people I was picking to try to be friends with, I just did not really have that much in common with. But I would keep talking to them and hoping that it would become a friendship, but it just never really um, went anywhere. It just never really became a good, close friendship or anything. You were just always kind of like acquaintances. I guess there were a few people I talked to and we became friends, but not really. It feels to me that most of the people I actually tried to be friends with in college didn't really want to be friends with me, but all the friends that I made in college, either they talked to me first, or um, they were friends of my friends, or my friend. Like they were either like they just became my friends by default. Because I was already friends with that person. You know, or they talked to me first. But whenever I tried to make friends with someone in college first, and I had never really talked to them before, and I was just trying to be friendly, and whenever I would really put myself out there and try to be friends with them first in college, I feel like they just didn't really want to talk. Maybe they were really shy, and I was just picking the wrong people to try to be friends with. I don't know. I just I just don't like it when I pick people to try to be friends with and then they don't even really want to talk. I want to always just pick the right people who always want to talk and who are super friendly to everyone like me. Where are all of the super friendly people like me? I need to find them. I don't know what it is with people. Maybe they're just cautious of strangers or people they don't know. I don't know. Or maybe they're just shy. But like I said, I don't think I'm that awkward. I think I'm pretty friendly. I think, like I said, half the time I just keep picking people to put myself out there to and talk to for the first time and try to make friends with who were just not very talkative and who just don't really want any new friends, I guess, or they're just shy, or maybe they're in a bad mood. I don't know. So yeah, there's supposed to be this loneliness epidemic going on in the world, according to Teal Swan, and I'm definitely in the loneliness epidemic. However, when I try to put myself out there and make friends with all of these people who are supposedly so lonely out there, it seems like the people I pick to try to make friends with anyway are just not actually lonely, or they just like being lonely. I don't know. I mean, they either have enough friends or they're shy. I don't know. I think that I'm a very friendly person, like I said. I don't think I'm that awkward. Who knows? But that's my video. And please subscribe, I guess. Like this video if you liked it. I do vlogs from time to time. Usually me talking about my life. And I guess I feel like my life is just not very interesting. I try to make it interesting though, but I don't have any female friends to hang out with to make it interesting right now. So pretty much all I do is make videos and edit videos and, watch YouTube and read and write and watch movies. And I try to go out to avoid boredom. Bye.